Dear respected venerable, dear friend, today is December 3rd, year 2011, and we are in the second day of the weekend retreat at my destination center in Oklahoma. Yesterday, we already had an opportunity to explore our mind, and also we learned about the right view can help us to recognize many illusions, many wrong views we attach to during the daily activity like drinking, eating, and breathing, etc. And later, I want to remind you about some important point we already discussed yesterday. First, as we do the experiment, and we noted that the more nutritious food we try to eat, but if we don't breathe correctly, we don't exercise to bring the oxygen into our body, and it will convert most of the good nutrition into the very toxic substance. And secondly, and also yesterday, we already learned about the protective mechanism of our body from the top in our face, the eye, ear, nose, in our mouth, or in our digestive system. Whenever our body is exposed to any substance or environment, it considered no good for itself. It will release microscopic mucus. That mucus layer, at first, it plays a role as protective, and it blocks the substance to penetrate into our body to cause harmful effects. And then, because we not mindful enough to recognize that, and we continue to consume or to live in that environment, so the toxin continue to be exposed, so more mucus is secreted, and after that, the mucus layer becomes thicker and more sticky, and finally it traps all the particles out of the toxin and make it stuck inside the body. And when that happens, again, the body will realize that no good, and it will release more mucus, and it just go back and forth like that. It creates the allergy reaction, and more and more toxin remain in our body, and finally it accumulates into some stone, the tumor, the cyst, etc. get stuck in our body. The other thing we already discussed about, if we don't have a bowel movement regularly, or if we eat the food and our body cannot absorb it, and we have constipation, the gas building up in our gastrointestinal tract is very toxic, and it causes poison to our the central nervous system. That's why we use experience with high these chewing. Even though with the very simple food, but if we know how to chew correctly, it not only can help to bring nutrition to feed, to nourish our body and mind, but it also as a way to boost up our immune system and relieve the tension, the pain in our body, and lift up or liberate our mind or our spiritual life. Today, we continue to learn about the act of resting, sleeping, and a little bit deeper, the art of breathing. And we know that the sleeping cycle in our body, if we not follow that, we will not have enough energy. And then some other people, we get stuck to the idea that the body needs to have an 8-hour day. But it's not true for everyone. And then when we don't have enough 8 hours, we worry. And because the worriness causes the tiredness, the tension. But now the lacking of sleep itself causes that. So that again we fall into the trap of back and forth. Because the purpose of relaxation or sleeping at night is first to help our physical body relax. When our physical body relaxes, the muscle, the blood vessel, the nerve system can relax. And then after that, the toxic substance can be pushed out. And after a few hours of detoxification, and we already learned about the body rhythm yesterday. If we have a dinner too late, so the immune system and the cardiovascular system doesn't have enough time to do their job, to relax, to clean up. So then after that, the gallbladder and the liver still be constricted. It doesn't have enough time or space to push out on the byproduct or the toxin remain in the gallbladder and the liver. So the whole process of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., that is the time for detoxification or elimination. So if we not go to bed at 10:30 or later at 11, how can our body be relaxed enough for all the muscle, all the very tiny duct in our body, especially in the cardiovascular system, in the gallbladder, liver. And this is the organ have to deal with a lot of chemical, a lot of toxin in our food, in the medication, in the water we drink, etc. So if we not relax, we not go to sleep at that time, no way on the muscle can be relaxed, can be loose, the duct cannot be dilated. Therefore, if we go to bed on time, so ultimately 10 and 30 or later 11 p.m. After a few hours, it's totally relaxed and all the toxins be eliminated. And from 3 to 5 a.m. is the time for, usually this is the time for all the hormones in our body to refill in our body. And also the cosmic energy will flow in through the energy channel to recharge our battery. So if we go to bed too late, that means we have dinner too late, we go to bed too late, so all of the food still remain in the digestive system. And when we still awake, we're still working, we're still moving around on our muscle, on the organs, still have to work. It doesn't have time to relax, so the gut, the vein, the blood vessel, etc. don't have opportunity to dilate, to relax, to push out the toxin. What happens? Because if we go to bed late and all that process still cannot finish, by the time at 3 a.m. the toxins still remain in our body. The energy channel on the meridian still not be clear yet. So the hormone be synthesized already, cannot fill up on in our body, and then the cosmic energy try to fill up, but it cannot fill up, cannot reach at 100%. When the cosmic energy tries to put it back to recharge our battery, it will put back the toxin or whatever not be eliminated yet. So that's why now our battery is not fully charged. And the next day, because our battery is not fully charged yet, we will not have enough energy to work the next day. And then what is the consequence of that? We are stressed. The more stress we have, the more free radical coming out, and the more toxin building up. And again, when more toxin building up, more free radical building up, and then we stay late, and we go to bed late, and that cycle repeats again. The other thing we already talked yesterday, if we not go to bed on time, we cannot wake up early. And if we cannot wake up early around this time, we cannot sit up to let the air, the dead air on the gas building up in our GI tract in the lung during the night time. So that gas is very toxic, and it will poison our central nervous system. That's why if we go to bed late, definitely okay, we cannot wake up early. So when we wake up late, you don't feel really refreshed, not really energetic. So when we don't feel refreshed, we don't feel full energy. The reason not only because the battery not be fully charged, but also because of all the toxic gas in our intestine and in the lungs still remain in our body, and it will poison our central nervous system. So that's why if we can go to bed around at 10, 10:30 or later at 11, and we can wake up around at 4 in the best, if not around 5 a.m. So that's the best time for going to sleep. And again, not everyone needs 8 hours, right? For the young children, yes, they may. But for the adult, 6, 5, even though only 3 hours, enough. If we not spend our lot of energy during the day, we don't need to have a long time for recharge during the night. But because we get used to, and we hear everyone say, okay, you need 8 hours. But it's not. Look like yesterday, we're talking about everyone needs 8 cups of water every day. It makes sense, but it not really makes sense. It's not right for everyone every season. The same thing for sleeping. Not everyone needs 8 hours. And then 8 hours sleeping is totally different from 8 to 4. It's totally different from 10 to 6. It's almost opposite when you go to bed at 1 a.m. and you wake up at 9 a.m. You feel more tired. You feel more clumsy. The mind, okay, it's not really right, and the energy is not there. So, that is the first thing. The other thing, because when we attach to that, so if we cannot sleep longer than 3 or 4 hours, we worry and we try to induce sleep. But remember that is totally wrong, because when we go to sleep, that means we want the consciousness almost not there. Okay, it has to absent the consciousness, only the subconsciousness. But when we try to induce sleep, when we try to get sleep, that means we still stimulate our mind constantly. Some people do the trick, they read the book, they listen to music. Yet, at first it may work. But remember, even though you read a very boring book to make you tired and you can fall into sleep, but after you repeat that a few times, our mind now spot and we feel some interesting in that, and you get attached to that, and it starts to brainstorm, and the mind now working, so we fall in the trap, so we cannot go to sleep. Or some people try to try to think about that. Instead of just follow your breath, let's go, and you will be relaxed, and slowly the breathing by itself, it can keep going on. So we can get into sleep or relaxation easier. And if we know the purpose of sleeping, we should try to let our body relax, so the toxin can be pulled out, the energy can be filled up. So if we cannot sleep, but we can relax, totally relax, the benefits will be the same. Maybe better. Why? I will tell you later on. That way right now, the scientific, they have a lot of clinical trials to prove for meditation will heal your body faster, will recharge your energy faster, prolong your happiness and your energy longer compared to deep sleep. The other thing here, if we have a half an hour nap at lunchtime, or if we have more time for meditation, we will have more benefit for relaxation or recharge. You know why? Because when we lay out flat, right, we live on the earth. So the gravity will pull out whatever heavy the material, whatever light, okay, will float out. So when we relax, when we lay flat, the particle, the heavy or the weak particle will settle down along the spine if we lay on our back. So, and then the air or the energy, it will flow up. It not go up to our brain, the particle cannot go down to our body setting. So it needs to have another force to put the energy up and put the material down. On the other hand, when we do the sitting meditation and we just relax, let our muscles totally relax, we don't have to do anything more than that. The gravity will help us to do the rest for detoxification and to lift up the energy. Because when we sit, we relax, the muscle losing the blood vessel dilate and all the meridian dilate, be clear. So the gravity, the earth gravity will pour out on the particle. If it's in the GI tract, it go through the movement and go down like so. And the air, good air, the light air, and the energy slowly flow up. It makes our brain relax and dry stillness, screening. So that's why it's much better for detoxification and recharge energy. When we sleep, we have 4 cycles during our sleep in our, for example, from 10 to 6 or 10 to 4. If we have 10 to 4, we have about 6 hours. In that 6 hours, it have 4 cycles, and each cycle it have 2 periods. The first one we call the non-REM sleep. The second one we call REM sleep. Right? The first half cycle, it normally the brain wave is very slow, but the second half this is the brain wave in our daily activities. When we do work concentratedly, mindfully, the brain wave may slow, like the dog collar. But when we working unmindfully, jumping around, the brain wave may faster. And as we learned yesterday, both sides of the same phenomena. The more active during the day, when you sit down in stillness before you sleep right away. Right? But if your mind be calm and quiet, mindfully during the day, when you sit down in stillness, it's just a little bit more relaxed. So this is the first day of meditation. After 20 minutes, half an hour or 10 minutes, depending on how quick you get into samadhi, you can get into the third state. The brain wave it will be very slow. And depending on how deep you get into concentration of samadhi, it may sometimes almost like this one. But it will remain that forever as long as you still remain in the stillness and in the brightness of your mind. On the other hand, when we fall into sleep, the first half cycle, the first half period become non-REM sleep. The REM in rapid eye movement. So normally our eye, you see the eyelid is still, right? So the brain wave is slow But the second half period, the REM sleep, that in the deep, the iris, it will move really quick. That's why we call rapid eye movement. So when that happens, the frequency of our brain wave is really quick. It's much faster than the daily activity. So when the frequency really high like that, we will get more energy from the universe, but at the same time we spend our energy. You see, that is one thing. The other thing we were talking about, this is the danger of nowadays, because we have too many bad information in the electromagnetic field at night time. So that's why even though we're not watching TV, we're not reading magazine, we're not really in contact with the busy city, but we still get all that information unconsciously into our unconsciousness. And whenever the condition favor, it will pop up onto our mind consciousness. That's the difference, right? The difference between the sleeping cycle and the meditation cycle right there. The meditation, when we get deep into concentration and suddenly the way it just continues. And the energy is coming and it relax, it retract steadily. But on the other hand, the second half cycle of the REM sleep, we retract the energy really quick, but we spend out at the same time. So that's why we not only full retract, but then we spend out and we get some other negative information or negative energy in that. So that is the difference. And now we have a lot of clinical trials to support for that. And that's why they recommend people use meditation to not only to relax, but to heal. As you see in here, when you see meditation, we let go and all our meridian and the energy channel will open. And if we have any thought arise or any tension still there, the cosmic energy cannot penetrate evenly into our energy channel. And sometimes we have a pain, we have a tension. Because of the blockage, the obstruction of the energy flow. You see this thing, the thought arise and it stops the flowing of the energy from the cosmos. This is a technique we were talking about yesterday. If we not have a deep breath down to the energy complex. The flow of energy did not go into our center and not connect. And later on, when we go to the breathing technique, we will see the secret of that and how we miss that portion. And that's why if we not master that, it's very difficult to get enlightenment, or we can have a good trip. Back in here, when we sitting in meditation or relaxation correctly, it will help to retract our energy and clear up on the obstruction in our meridian. So it will help to retract the energy faster than during the sleeping state. See, this is the energy from the cosmos. It will penetrate through, and look at that in the flowing of the energy. Sometimes when we had the toss around, and it will block the flowing of energy, and then it will become units, separate, and that's called imbalance in the energy channel. That makes me feel pain when the energy is blocked in certain place. You see, that is a demonstration of when we have some tension or when we have a toss arise. It will block the flow of energy and depend on where in the more toxin remain in our body. It will extract the energy and it will accumulate and isolate or make it imbalance. And you see the central nervous system, the GI tract is the most common. Okay? But so back to the sleeping. Most of Westerners have a habit to sleep on the very thick or soft mattress. You think it's good, it's comfortable, but actually it's not. Why? You see, this is our spine, right? It's not straight. It's not straight. And if we sleep, we lay flat on a surface, the back of our head, the sitting bone, and the middle of our spine. It will make 3 points touch to the ground, and then the middle area is will have the space for the blood circulation, for the air circulate easier. If we have a very soft mattress, okay, it will fit perfectly, so you feel comfortable. But actually, we block the flow of all the blood the lymph system, the energy. At first, if you lay on the flat surface, you feel uncomfortable. But after a few times, you feel better, the flow and the back pain will leave. Right? Because it has space for the blood flow, the energy flow, and also have an opportunity for the spine to stress out, to relax. Otherwise, we always the pressure against the spine. The other thing here, as we know, our energy complex, the storage of our energy is in the lower, in this area, right? So if we lay down with it in the wrong direction, we may losing or leaking some energy. That's why the Buddha suggests we should lay down on our right side and then head towards North Pole. Why? Because if we lay the wrong direction, the energy will leak. The North Pole will have a higher electromagnetic field. So it will draw the energy toward that direction. So when we lay down head toward the North Pole, the energy in our storage will be pulled along a spine toward the brain. So if we sleep in correct direction, it will nourish our whole body, especially first the main organs in this cavity. Right? Now, the sacral are not the lower extremity. And also the energy will flow slowly to the top of our head, up in the brain, so that we feel really relaxed and really dry, not in the deep dreaming state. Because during the dreaming state, we spend out a lot of energy too. For the people with cardiac problem, snoring, people with problem of sleep apnea, the sleeping on the right side is the best solution for all that condition. Next to that, there are breathing. Yesterday we already discussed about most of us breathe incorrectly. So that's why we don't have enough oxygen in our body. And if we don't have enough oxygen, first thing on the food we eat cannot be absorbed, cannot be transformed into the good nutrition. And then, secondly, the byproduct in our gastrointestinal tract will be fermented by the anaerobic bacteria and produce a lot of toxic gas in there. So, breathe slow and deep down to our belly. So if we not get used to that yet, now we have to learn how to breathe in with our belly up and breathe out with our belly flat. And then also, and I remind you this morning, except when we eat or when we talk. The rest of the time, we should let our face have a heart mind on that. It not only can help to relax, to make you feel younger, healthier, but it actually will connect the energy flow. It will connect the energy flow in our body. When we have a heart mind position, the tip of our tongue automatically touches the upper part. Right? And the secret in here, but most of us not really know about it because it cannot be seen, it cannot be captured by any machine right now. But before I take you there, I will give you another system parallel to that, so you can have a better image of that. And we know the water out there in nature, what we call that is inorganic water, right? So that normal water doesn't have any benefit much in our body. It helps to do the cleansing or cooling down our body temperature. That's it, nothing more. It has no nutrition effect. And then when we take that inorganic water, we water the vegetable, the plant, the tree. So after that, we collect the vegetable, the fruit, and we choose it. And that juice, we call that is organic juice. Right? So now we go from the first stage into the second stage. So the first stage has no benefit for nutrition, no energy. But the second stage, now it has energy, it has nutrition, and it can feed our body. So and then when you take the second stage of that juice, what we call the organic juice, in our body, what happens if our body not accept that and we have diarrhea or we vomit out, so we don't get any benefit, right? Even though the second stage of organic juice, it has nutrition in there, it has energy in there, but if we take it in and for some reason our body not accept it, we vomit or we diarrhea, we gone. So only when that second stage of organic juice can penetrate or can be absorbed through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. Now it goes into the third stage. When it gets into our bloodstream, the circulation, now it can carry that nutrition to nourish all the other organs in our body. Right? You follow that, right? On the first stage, to the second stage, and to the third stage, now it is real energy and real nutrition can feed and nourish our body and mind. So, when it gets into the third stage, what happens? The blood circulation has to be a complete closed circuit, right? Doesn't matter if it goes into the artery, the vein, or the small vessel. It goes internally or to outward extremity. Doesn't matter if it goes up to our head or down to our toe, right? But that circulation has to be a complete circuit, no leaking. For any reason, we break that circuit. That means you have an internal bleeding in your stomach, in your intestine, or we have a cut or accident, okay, blood pressure is broken, we bleed, that means we're losing energy, we feel tired, depending on how much blood we lost, right? So that means when you go from the first stage of nutrition of organic food to the second stage, to the third stage, when it gets to the first stage, it has to be a complete flow circle. It has to flow from internally outward, from outward into internally, and from the top to the bottom. So it's easy to see that, right? Because the blood flow, everyone can see, or the machine can capture that. Now, back to the air we breathe in and out. The air in the oxygen in the air, that's the inorganic oxygen. That inorganic oxygen looks like the same thing like the water. So when we inhale it into the nose area, it will do what we call that is kind of the insulation. Okay, it makes it warmer if it's too cold, it makes it cooler if it's too hot, it humidifies it to perfect condition to filter on the particle, the bacteria, whatever in the air. And then when we breathe in into the nose area, it now to start to convert that into the inorganic, become the organic air, to the second stage now. So the second stage is coming into lung, to the alveoli, to do the gas exchange between the flat to the red, and that means from the vena to the artery. So if we do a change to make the blood now fresh and with the oxygen saturation. So now, if we just breathe in and out to the bottom of our lung only, and it do the exchange of the gas here. This is just on the second stage, and the scientific can capture the picture and can measure the exchange of oxygen on the carbonic acid. And when the third part, nobody see, nobody can show. So that's why they didn't tell you that, especially for the yogi, for the people who practice Qigong, for people who practice to have the supernatural power, for people who want to get enlightened. Because that is invisible, and nobody show you. Even though they try to show you, if you do not practice, you cannot experience that. Right? The same thing in here, because wherever the air goes, the flow will follow that. If we don't have the air movement, we cannot have wind or any flow in this universe. We don't have the life exist in the universe. The same thing in this tiny universe. If the air not flow evenly through the blood cannot flow. When you see, when we don't want to live anymore, we stop breathing. Breathe in and stop, cannot breathe out. What happens on the blood clot? You see, But now they just show you the second stage only, where the first stage. That is secret. So the complete circuit of the air has to be parallel to the blood circulation. That means it's not only to go up, go down here to the lung only. It has to go down to at least the complex center, energy complex center. It has to finish one complete circuit. We breathe in by nose, we go down to the lung, do exchange station to the stage 2. After that, it has to go down here to feed our storage. And from that, it has to go through the anal and go into the back, the spinal. You know, this is the first carrot. Go up to the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, and the seventh carrot. And it's the flow of energy to nourish our body and our brain. And then after that, it's coming out. But after coming out here, just a very minor pore. It has to continue to flow. Doesn't matter the in and out in the lung. It's the same thing like we take in the organic juice or the nutrition. They may get absorbed 30%, 50%, or 70%. The rest it will eliminate through the feces. So the more we can get absorbed, the better it will be. The same thing here with the air. The lung do the exchange between the gap, and it can breathe in and breathe out. That is second step.